I teach improv for two reasons. The first is, I guess, the obvious one, which is that I love improvisation, so I like teaching it. I like talking about it. I like working with other people doing it, because it's what I love. But the other reason is watching somebody do something they've never done before, like seeing that moment when they are creating and being spontaneous. And some people excel and just sort of like just do things they would never normally be capable of, and other people just break down laughing. And both are beautiful to watch, that change in somebody and see someone realize something they've never realized before.
I think I learned that it's not as scary as I had imagined. I mean, I've seen improv shows and thought there's no way I would ever do that. And I realized that actually I can. Not to say I would ever perform, but just to do it for fun is great.
You can tell that there's an actual process to it all. Everything that we've done is leading to something that we don't quite understand yet, but we're just having fun doing it.
It's great fun. It's very spontaneous, and I really quite enjoy that. I enjoy the spontaneity and meeting all the different people, and everybody's got a different next line because everybody surprises you each time.
It seems like there's something at stake, but what you learn through these classes, especially with Dave, is that there's nothing really at stake. Like he's always saying, failing's part of it, and failing's where you have fun anyways. So it's a lot of fun. It gets more fun each time.
It's fun, but it's hard. It's like the parts of the brain that have to work for it is very difficult, but it's lots of fun.
Hardest part is when you get stuck or draw a blank and then trying to panic and trying to come up with something.
Failing. But we're taught to fail. We're taught that failing is okay. And it's just getting over that hump. When Dave calls out, do you want, two more people come up and do it? It's getting over the hump of saying, okay, I'll be one of those people. And knowing you're going to go up and fail.
I think it's a lot easier when you're a kid. Like I could, all those games, I had do them no problem. And now it's like when you're a kid, I feel like your brain is just, those pathways that you have to take are so much easier to access. Whereas now, 10 years later, it's really hard.
Just doing the spontaneity and having fun playing. It's always fun to play. And it's fun to take the playing outside too.
Working to keep my brain elastic, I think that improv helps you with spontaneity out in the bigger world, but also with learning and hopefully going with the flow as you go through life.
Accepting offers and declining offers, that's something that I noticed a lot in the world. When you take it outside, and in myself too, it's there's so much just cutting people off and closing doors and stuff, whereas learning about opening, people give you something and you're like, yes, and, so I think that's really, learned a lot.
Just the spontaneity and being able to have fun, even with strangers. You come in here and right away, Dave's got you doing, a totally silly game that just loosens you up right off the bat. And it's like he's said before, it's playing, and adults kind of need to learn how to play again. It's something you had as a kid, but it's easily forgotten. So I think it's important to keep doing that, and this is one way to do it.
I like being in a tough situation and coming up with a solution that I didn't know I had at that very given time. It surprises me, and I think that's the best part about it. It's whoa, that was unexpected and fun.
It's fun having to try to think that fast and being in front of people. It's great.
Getting to be weird with people and not worrying about being weird, I guess.
Well, we were talking about this earlier, how there's no kind of judgment at all when you walk into this area, and everyone's kind of open to explore, and that creativity is really fun.
The unpredictability of what you're going to come up with. You can't really plan 5 seconds in the future because you're working with another person, and your idea isn't going to necessarily gel with what theirs is. So it's really, I guess the favorite thing is just always being thrown challenge second to second, because things can go in any direction.